If you give us all the hostages, okay, we stop. That's it, We killed enough. 10 months, we killed, 16,000 terrorists. Gaza is wrecked. I heard somebody saying yesterday, we set them back 30 years. Let's stop. And if we stop, maybe we'll get all our hostages. And if we do that, maybe also Hezbollah will do a ceasefire, because Hezbollah is saying, if you stop fighting in Gaza, we'll stop shooting. And if we do a ceasefire, maybe we can bring back our people back home. We have 60,000 displaced people that are waiting to come home. And if we do that, the administration will be so happy. We stopped all this noise in the middle of elections. And maybe in this scenario, they will even arrange for us a peace agreement with Saudi Arabia. And supposedly this sounds great. Who wants to fight? It's a war. But really what it means, if we really stick just to our feelings and not to common sense, to emotions, what will happen is that basically Hamas will win the war. The moment that Sinwar is alive and he goes out of a tunnel and goes like this, and we go out, and then Hamas can rebuild itself, we'll find in 1 year 100,000 terrorists on our borders in the south, which we are going to raid us again, and they are going to butcher us again, they are going to take hostages again. And in the north, even if we gain a few months of quiet, we bring the people back north, Hezbollah will wait a month, two, maybe half a year, and then they will shoot again. And then what are we supposed to do? Are we going to remove again everybody from the roads, send them again to hotels in Tel Aviv or in Eilat? What are we going to do? The government must balance between the need to do everything it can to bring back the hostages and the need to secure the whole country in a war that is a multi-front war. This is why it's so complicated. And we cannot get emotions to really lead decision making. We have to be very connected to reality. This is tough decisions that need to that need to be taken by the government. And unfortunately, there are many generals that have chosen, instead of really sticking to the profession of how you conduct warfare, they decided to move into politics next. And this is devastating, because when a general stands and says, I'm a general and I'm saying that the Prime Minister only cares about himself, that the government doesn't care, they don't care about the hostages. This is not professional. This is politics. And anybody can be a politician, all of you. But if you stand as a general, you have to talk professionally and without emotions. And this is what we do. We say the truth. And the truth is not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to say the truth, because it's complicated and it's not based on emotions. Hamas strategy, and this is something that we're trying to explain to the Israeli society. Hamas has a very clear strategy. They understand they cannot win on the battlefield. The IDF is destroying them in every single encounter. There wasn't even one encounter in the battlefield where Hamas had the upper hand. It didn't happen even once. And Hamas is being systematically destroyed. And they understand that. And they say, okay, all we need to do is survive. We just need to survive. They don't care how many terrorists will be killed. They don't care how many houses are wrecked. They don't care that the society is on the shore of the Muwasi in the humanitarian zone. They don't care about these things. They only care about surviving and rebuilding themselves. And they have endless amount of children and youngsters to rebuild their army. They have a lot of people. So they're not worried if we kill 16, 20, 30,000. It really doesn't matter to them. They just want to survive. And they think that two things can help them survive. One is international pressure. They expected the international community to pressure Israel to such an extent that Israel will stop the war. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Israel is continuing the war. And as time goes by, the international community is losing interest in this war because it's also not as fierce as it was before. So international pressure was hard, difficult, but it's not working. Then they say, if this won't work, we need to break the Israeli society in a way that will go back to the 6th of October. We want to see demonstration, we want to see riots. We want to see the Israeli society going to elections, and they believe that if there will be elections in Israel, the war will stop. The war will stop. So what is the strategy for really getting Israelis upset and demonstrating and demanding elections? Very simple. Not to release hostages at all. Not to release hostages, and even killing these hostages. Unfortunately, the Israeli society, part of it is behaving exactly as Hamas expects. Instead of saying, you killed our hostages, we're going to destroy you, we're going to attack you, we're going to kill all of you, they're saying no, they're pressuring the Israeli government, surrender, give Hamas what they want, give them weapons, let them rebuild themselves, disregarding what will be the consequences later on when they will kidnap people again. And Hamas, they know the way part of the Israeli society thinks, and they're using this to the harsh reality we had before the war, where we have enemies with endless amount of rockets aiming at us, threatening us, and we won't be able to live free in our own land. Or we take the opportunity and win decisively the war. And I can tell you, as somebody who knows how many troops we have, and I know exactly how many munitions we have, and I know the level of readiness in the Northern Command. Our officers are embedded everywhere in the IDF reserve. I can tell you that we are fully ready to deal with Hezbollah and Iran. The big question is not about how many munitions we have or forces, it's just will and spirit. That's it. What will win the war is our spirit.